when you're actually dating for data, it's nothing personal when you decide not to marry. And that's why celibacy plays a huge role in relationships, because there are no strings, no rings attached.
Yeah.
It was genuinely just getting to know each other. And I was so confident about it because we had not, we never even kissed.
Cheers to that. This is a new meeting point for people all over the world to gather for healing and ultimate wellness through the solutions provided in our conversations. Welcome to Wellness with Lily. Are you 30 and fabulous and sexy and you've got charisma for days? This show is for you. If you're single, this is not for married people. But if you're married, you can listen in for the singles. So the thing about being in your 30s, it's that time of your life where you are almost sure that you're going to be married and have, a nice penthouse, something solid going on. And today we want to talk about being in that space where you are sexy, single, and celibate. And no better person to have that conversation than Kerry Kagiri herself.
Oh, yeah.
Who is so many things. First of all, a burst of energy. I cannot call her a ball of energy. She's a burst. Isha burst. Isha pasuka. And then she's also a biker. She's an evangelist, a media personality, former classmate. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy to hear from you what it's like. All right, over to you. Salimia Watu.
Hello, Watu. Hi, it's me. Yes, mommy, it's me. Wow, thank you for that introduction. We go way back. And it's so sad that, those people who you're their friend, but then probably they're not your friend. We've just had that moment, but I forgive you. I forgive you, and I forget.
I gave birth, okay?
You gave birth.
I gave birth.
Something that my ovaries. Oh. I can't even carry children anymore at this time.
You can.
I can't. My ovaries just go do mommy, I want. I'm like, yeah, to lady, breathe. Like, what the hell? But
yeah,
I really love that description and your introduction.
Mm-hmm.
But the ladies who are watching who are in their 40s are like, Ata Abunyui. So after this, I pray that you'll have a 40-year-old, because I've been hanging out with a couple of them, and they're like 30, and you think you're so alive. They're like, sis, 40. But we're at 30. Tuko that is. Tuko hapo.
So 40 and 30 is different.
Apparently, very different.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of a 40, quarter life crisis happens at 30, I think. So 30 is the first time where you sort of wake up. There's a waking up that happens at 30 and at no other age.
Absolutely.
And then 30 is also the time when you really diverge with your friends. Like, there's someone who has 5 children and have been married for 10 years.
Oh, man.
And then there's you who has never been married, never had children. And then there's me who is divorced, you have children, you're I feel like 30 is so divergent. You even begin to see people in their 20s who are flourishing in every way that you wanted to flourish.
Right.
So I don't know what my first question to you will be. Answer any question you want to.
No, I think the perfect thing about where you're at is being able to actually accept where you are. Kama sasa hivi, tulipo hapa tulipo, this beautiful studio.
Yeah.
Yes, tumegonga 30. I'm in my Jesus here. Me and Jesus, we out here, that 3, living our best life.
Yeah.
And my 2 best friends both have children, both have men. They love me so much.
Men or husbands? Sorry. I'm just being...
Hi, they're husbands.
Okay.
For the sake of this show.
Oh, no, I mean...
No, they have husbands.
I think it's easier to have a man.
Oh, my God. So, in your celibate, you get it to get out. Yeah.
Okay.
And so there are conversations that they want me in, but I can't understand.
Yeah.
Like, we have a mutual WhatsApp group, and girls, I love you so much, but let me just talk about this. And they post, but they see we meet at the school. Are you going for there? Then I'm just like, hi guys, I'm eating popcorn, catching up on the Rookie.
Yeah.
Netflix is giving me, energy. Literally, siwezi contribute kwa your conversation. Like, the role I've decided to play in that friendship is I'm Auntie Santa. So during Christmas,
100%.
I wear my Christmas hat, I get all their children's gifts. I'm like best auntie. Like, the kids love me. They want to call me. I talk to Auntie Kerry, Yes. But other than that, it's sad. I can't relate. Like, I can pray for them when they're going through issues.
Yeah.
But you see, like, my two best friends are each other's best friends because they're in the same season of life.
Yeah.
And so there's that compassion for, so we invite Kerry for this. Like, they love me. And I don't doubt it.
Is she gonna feel bad if we don't invite her?
Yeah.
Will she feel bad if we invite her?
Yeah. And to their husband, sometimes, I'm the friend who will keep their wives late because I have a house. We can stay up to 2 and we're not cleaning anything, we're not doing anything. Like, we'll eat on paper plates and we'll order in and we'll chill.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a safe space for them and they're a safe space for me to see what that would look like.
Yeah.
They try to paint marriage in the best way possible. Of course, like, I'm not the person to run to with issues because I'll just be like, stucky, you know. But of course I know, like, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're a safe space. We're a good place. I'm a good place for a 20-something-year-old who's struggling in a relationship because I can be able to be like, immediately, no, muache.
Yes.
Wacha iishe, kalas, dead. Rest in peace, kill him. Like, let it die. Like, just die.
Yeah.
Because, so I'm a safe space for that. I'm a safe space for a 40-year-old who's struggling to relate to their fellow 40-year-olds because we can hang out as well. So I feel like it's okay to be where you are. Yeah. In this season. Yeah. I am extremely comfortable that it's scary to my friends and my family because they're like, hey, sasa, lakini yo kweli, tafuta mtu.
Are all your siblings married?
My sister, my beautiful sister, who is, you know, the person I'm closest with, really, just got married this February. Ooh. In a Tuesday wedding. It was a good wedding. We did Tuesday thinking, you know, 200 people. There were 500. Hamuna kazi. Hi guys, thanks. I don't want to attend the wedding.
Oh, people now have learned how to work from home.
It was a Tuesday wedding and people showed up. And we were on time. It was so beautiful. And so my aunties put this pressure on me for, you have to openly confess that you're comfortable with this because you're the elder sister. And so I had to do like a whole thing like 10 times in front of every congregation, like, I bless you, I love you, and I'm so excited for you. Which is true, because I hooked her up with her husband.
Why do you have to do that?
Because you're the sorry, sad older sister who's unmarried.
I think that makes it even hard.
No, it doesn't. I was like, oh, that's what you need. Fine. In fact, according to tradition, if I get married now, this is Kikuyu tradition. If I get married now and I don't finish the gurario before her, I will have to do a ceremony to allow her to jump over me. But until they've not finished, you know, dowry is just still given. So there's a whole, so as I was sat down by the ladies and they explained to me, now, do you understand? I'm like, yeah, cool. Let me know. Yeah. How's it going?
So you didn't feel bad?
Why?
Okay.
Like, she's now stuck with this guy, and it's every time it's let me consult, let me, not in a bad way, he's not a dictator, he's a lovely guy. Hi, Joel, love you. But, you know, like, there's the...
Okay, what I thought might have been hard was having to bless her multiple times.
I bless my sister for like, literally. My sister...
For purposes of saying that you're okay with her being married ahead of you.
Okay, so people, their perception is their reality. So what I do is I always get ahead of the story. So you'll never hear a story about me that I've not given. Like, nothing will shock you. Like, you're like, Kerry, you know, she was saved and she was in a bar. The story is on YouTube. Like, I always tell my own story. Yeah. And it's the same thing with this scenario. Right. Where I prefer to tell my own story first. Okay. Before anyone else. Like, no one will go and knock. They have nothing to talk about. Yeah. I stood up in front of everyone. Yeah. I was, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I had the most fun at my sister's wedding. I danced. Yeah. Like, when I removed my shoes in the evening for the evening party, and we still had an evening party, it was lit. Woohoo. When I removed my shoes, I was like, wow, that was fun.
That was good.
Because it's such a joy. It's such a joy for her to find, and we're on very different paths. Like, my sister and I are completely different humans. Like, she's always been the more composed, you know, she's been the big sister, and yet I'm the elder. She's a big sister, I'm the elder. Oh, that's cool. Let's use that. Yeah.
What's the age gap?
6 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can feel that cutting for like, are you okay? You know, like, they would like openly say to the kuhurumia woye. Yeah. But I've always told my family, like, if you guys want to hook me up, like, you see someone, you're like, oh, you, for real, wanaweza endanisha. Mlete. I've opened it. It's open.
Do you have any idea why you've been single way past the time when you wanted to be single in terms of marriage? I know you've dated.
But I've not had I didn't have a clock for Of course,
you
when
didn't?
I was
Okay.
16, I wrote 25, 2 children, TV host. Like I wrote the things I want.
Yeah.
But by 21, I pretty much knew that's not what I want.
Okay.
So I've not had a TikTok talk on myself. No,
All right.
I haven't.
That's good. I
Yeah.
think that's good.
Because life is always throwing different things. Like I'm like, when would I have gotten married? Like seriously, in between everything I've been doing, I'm like, when would that have been? Like it's just not.
It didn't happen.
I also haven't created the time.
Oh, you haven't created the
Maybe I
time.
should.
That's important. Which means that you also did not do happenstance, which is a lot of what people do. Like, oh, we just met in a club and we had good sex and moved in.
Oh yeah,
You've also not done that.
yeah. I didn't have a chance to live with a guy.
There was a guy.
I have been left. I was left. John, did you leave me? Mommy, I left you. I
You
said,
also have a John in my
you
life.
were John.
Is it you?
John was the typical, I love you, let's go to meet my mom and you're moving in. And I was like,
Oh.
immediately no. Like, I'm not moving in. Like,
Yeah.
what? Didn't make sense to me at all to like do that.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense to him. He's like, but you love me too. Like,
Well, it doesn't. The reason I'm in a daze is because that story was also similar for this
okay,
John.
okay. Really? It's the same guy.
Wait,
We'll
wait.
consult. We shall consult.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there was that one time when it was like, it's kind of obvious, like you're not even leaving stuff here. Like, are we dating? Like to him, dating was, we're together. We can come from the same house. Like, we're together in the weekend. Like, why don't you sleep over and do?
Yeah.
I'm like, because at that time I was churched.
So you were completely celibate.
But wait, no. Hi, John. Tuambie watuache.
Wambie.
No, John. Anyway, we're talking about living together and cohabiting. I haven't had that privilege. Yeah. I still think about it. I'm like, okay, so people, how do you do it? Like you shared
Why did you call it a
closet.
privilege? Or just sarcastically?
Very sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So I was.
I'm just like, okay, so my rule, and maybe someone sent me a video, Juicy, and I'll explain what the video was about. So my rule is don't play wife until you're wife. But the Bible says, according to all those videos that are going around on Instagram, that he who finds a wife. So it's not he who finds a girlfriend. So it's not he who finds, like those
Yeah,
videos.
I know.
So I'm like, yeah, but like I'm not gonna play wife until I'm wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
the Bible also gives us an opportunity to set our own standards.
Yeah.
Still scriptural
Completely.
standards. Yeah. So I find that people who just want to do usherati also use scriptures to back it up. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, like I'm not gonna wash your clothes. Like it's a good idea. Congratulations, brilliant. There are girls who will do it, but I'm not gonna do it now.
Have you ever cooked for someone?
Yes,
Okay. In your 20s or 30s?
in my 20s. In my 30s, no. Why? Why? But you won't come to my house and like stay hungry.
Yeah.
But also you can bring food. Like
Yeah.
if you want, like if we are there to eat. If I call you in for a meal, I will prepare the meal. It will be a nice, but it's a gesture. It's not for me trying to show you how
It's not
wife I
duty.
am.
Yeah.
So we were brought up by our moms doing all these things. Like even in restaurants, I struggled by there for a long time. Like you finish eating and you want to clear your plate. You know that kind of trauma for don't get heriadani, you know? like you're so used to
Yeah.
like we were raised that way. We were raised to clean. We were raised to serve daddy.
Yeah.
We were raised to, do all these things.
Yeah,
Like
to serve.
we know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to prove it to you. Like I know how to do it. Like come meet me in a family gathering. I don't sit down, but now I've started sitting down because Akina Savannah and my other younger cousins are taking over one city at a time. So like they're doing the Akineza Watuma.
Yeah.
But
It's refreshing.
we know how to do these things. Like this whole thing for like if you're looking for someone to cook and clean, you don't need a wife. Like you need a cleaner and a cook.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for
Exactly.
a partner, a life partner, someone to
Exactly.
do life with, that's another whole thing.
Yeah.
And it includes cooking and cleaning
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Someone said to me, I got married to my wife because she ironed my clothes one time when I was like, oh, that's a romantic gesture. But what were you guys doing that you were ironing? Like, did you remove the clothes? Were you celibate? Like I have so
Yeah.
many questions about.
Yeah. Oh, that was a Christian setting.
Yes, very
Oh.
Christian. So I'm like,
But then again, Kagiri, you've traveled with someone who you were dating.
I did.
So maybe they also navigated it the way you navigated it.
Also, we're in different rooms, and then he brought it to. So let's talk about this person I traveled.
Let's talk about that.
Hi. So, because
I think you're a fantastic
my exes are my stalkers. Yeah, I am.
I think you're a fantastic
I'm a great ex. And people don't understand it. Like, one of my exes who's married, like, we're always bumping into each other with him and his wife. And we're just cool. In fact, the wife had to introduce me to her mother.
Oh.
I was like, who's that? So I just saw the witch one, like, right before me. I'm always happy to, I mean, even like, I congratulate them on the anniversary. Well done.
Wow.
Like, yeah, if I couldn't marry you, like, marry someone else.
I mean, I remember there's a video you did with that guy after you had broken up, and guys were
you know, even had what was the name of our thing?
Dating well.
Dating well.
Yes.
And it wasn't dating like well. It was the dating well. Like, you pick, like, it was deep.
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why they said had a well.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyway, say what you think.
I am just also digesting that. Anyway, when you guys broke up, I had also just broken up with my ex-husband. And so my breakup was so turbulent and terrible. But I was seeing you guys even doing videos together. I don't know, there's like a video you did with him, like, yani uliacha uchali. Do you remember that video? Yeah. Why are you putting on a face?
Because you said break up with your husband. Like, that was so sad for me.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Oh, I've healed completely.
I love it.
I have no remorse.
Oh, yeah. Adios. Hasta la vista, baby. Okay, continue.
So anyway, when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I wish this was me and my ex. I wish we could do this with my ex.
You know, when you're actually dating for data, it's nothing personal when you decide not to marry. And that's why celibacy plays a huge role in relationships. Because there are no strings, no rings attached.
Yeah.
It was genuinely just getting to know each other. And I was so confident about it because we had not, we never even kissed. And not that we were not attracted to each other. I remember the day when I didn't carry baby, I was like, oh. But like, we're not gonna do anything about that. I was just like, hey, let me just come back. I don't know how they panga it inside. They unpitch the tent. Sorry.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah,
I do celebrate you for that.
I thank God. Only God.
Yeah.
By the way, it's only God who keeps you from falling. It's not at anything spiritual, because I have fallen before. Sorry, guys. But disappointment.
You're not a virgin.
I'm not a virgin.
No kidding.
I am not a virgin.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know I look like one. I did bad manners. I did bad manners.
She's not a virgin.
But yeah, it was just adventure. It was stupid. And I think my mom knew, because she told me, boy, if you get pregnant, it's okay. We'll take care of the child.
Wow.
But wewe utaanza wapi? And I was like, get the away from me. I was like, that was my journey celibacy. That's the only conversation I've had with my parents. But I was like, don't sit so close to boys. That was my dad's conversation. And my mom's conversation was, it's okay, you get pregnant, we'll take care of the child. Wewe utaanza wapi?
But you know, those conversations
they're
also,
terrible.
I find that they're basically telling you, use protection, use contraception. Total. Contraception.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the reason why we should be celibate.
Right.
Anyway.
But it was a good conversation. I was young, so it got to be.
Yeah.
It scared me off it completely.
Yeah.
But this gentleman and I really, really dated to get to know each other. And it was such a good thing. And we had so much fun. Like, we went to restaurants, we traveled. I remember now where this story picked up for traveling was, I posted my room, I went to pick him up in his room and he had made his bed. And I was like, this is so crazy. I didn't even think this is content that will fly at his, I wasn't posting content. So I go to his room and I'm like, oh my God. So I take a video. I'm like, why have you made your bed? Like, we're in a hotel. Like, this is the one time you... Right. And so I do a video in his room, then I walk out and I go to my room, it's like 2 doors down. And I'm like, guys, look at my room versus his room. So guys are like, you guys are not sleeping in the same room? I'm like, no. Why would I sleep in the same room with a man I like? Am I crazy? Yeah. Like, I'm human. So immediately, we took different rooms and it made sense to us. Although they're like, oh, per person sharing, so the deal was a bit higher. But we had the resource to travel, so travel. So for me, it's like, it's hard choices to stay celibate.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's very difficult. Yeah.
I think also the guy has to be
with it.
With it, yeah.
Yes.
Because if he's not, then you will probably either leave him from the on-site or get sucked in, isn't it?
Absolutely. So he has to be completely with it. And you have to agree. And if you're not in agreement, you won't be in agreement because one person will be frustrated.
So let me just ask you this.
Yeah.
And feel free to pass if you don't want to answer.
Hey, it's getting deep.
And maybe you've even answered it and I didn't hear. But I found that the two of you were so aligned, even in terms of your values.
Right.
And your vibes.
Right.
Like how you get a guy who agrees for you to post him.
Right.
Even those things that are not...
Who agrees? Sis, where have you been? Sorry.
Why?
No, it's because agrees. Like, someone will be like, no, don't post me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even husbands, you don't see wives posting themselves on their wedding day alone. Just got married. You've not seen that phenomenon?
Ouch. Okay. That's sad.
Oh, there are so many guys who don't want to be posted.
That's very
even
sad.
Women will say, don't post me, but you can do content.
Yes.
Content. So anyway, I thought you guys, from outside looking in, you looked so aligned.
Right.
Why did you guys break up? And he was handsome.
You thought so?
He was handsome. I thought he was handsome. So I really felt like...
people who are haters, like people who are like, he looks dehydrated. You know, like the comments you get on DM. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
Really? I forget those ones. Me, I thought...
Yeah, he was super clean. Like, one thing like I liked about him, like I like people who are clean. Yeah. Like Steve was clean. Alikuwa naoga. You know, alikuwa nanukia. You know, like mutu. You know?
Yeah.
But and he also liked to look nice. Like he you know, he tried to dress up. He tried to dress, you know.
Yeah.
I really, to be very honest, I don't know why we broke up.
Oh.
Because there's nothing that we were going through that couldn't be handled. And especially because we're also doing a class with a mentor couple called Save Your Marriage Before It Starts, Simbis. There was nothing that seemed...
Who broke it up? You don't want to say. It's okay if you don't want to say.
Let me say it was both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I initiated it because I felt like we were moving in a certain trajectory, and then at some point he stopped. Like we have no motion, and then it's like, okay, so tuko sawa? Like literally, this one day I asked him a question, and then the question was, what can I do to be a better girlfriend? Like just to love you better. Like, yeah, we're cool, but like, what can I do? And he was like, oh my God, you're great. Like, everything is okay. So me, I'm thinking, well, you know, we're emotion.
Yeah.
And so I think this day we're having a conversation. As always, one thing that held that relationship together was we spent a lot of time in prayer. Like we could literally just kneel down wherever we are and just pray over ourselves, pray over the relationship.
Yeah. That is good.
It was so good. But there was a day that was completely hard. And I can't, to be honest, I can't remember. We didn't have like one thing that happened, but I think we both struggled to express ourselves. And then, in a sense, there was the different ways of handling conflict. So like him completely avoidant, me completely confrontational. And so I'm like, And he needs like 4 or 5 days to like breathe in.
I am him.
And he comes back like, I love you so much. Like it's not about it, I love you. And I'm like, who are you? Where were you? Like 4 days for me, it's like 3 years.
I'm also you.
Yeah, so you're both sides, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much I feel like that was a huge part of not being able to resolve. But then we were given tools by the couple. Like if you need time out, it's okay, but say. Like, I need 24 hours. I need 10 minutes. I need 1 week. Of course, 1 week is too long. But if you communicate clearly, like, this is what I need.
Yeah.
It's okay. Then I will give you that. If I refuse to give you that, then that's another story on its own.
Yeah.
But if you just don't communicate and you want to go into hiding.
Yeah.
It's like,
where does that leave you? Right?
Yeah.
And
I feel like many people struggle with this thing. It's not a one...
I feel like if you guys were married and you had to make it work, it would have worked.
Yes.
But you didn't have to make it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's another problem of dating too long. It's a huge problem. I remember he once asked me, do you know how old you are? Like, to want to end a relationship. Ego. I was like, my friend, wewe ndio mzee. Katikati yetu. Wewe ndio baba. Do you know how old you are? Anyway, I did say that, of course. But
I know.
But that thing was just like, by the way. Anyway, that ended.
Well, I'll tell you this from my perspective, from our follower.
My fans.
Well, from my fans. It was very helpful.
It was.
Yeah, because it showed me that it's possible.
It is.
At a time of my life when I was really struggling with dating. So the thing about dating in your 30s, I think, because you're not that virgin who needs to retain her virginity anymore. Like, there's a vibe to girls in their 20s have that I just didn't find in my 30s.
Yeah.
Like me, when I left marriage, it was like, so you can get married very soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I always felt like there are no rules. You're allowed to do anything.
Wow.
You live by your own. You're making money, as in.
Wow.
Yeah, so when I watched you, I was like, oh my God, this is possible.
Yes.
At that time, it felt completely impossible. Yeah.
I think it's a huge choice and a huge commitment. For me, my celibacy journey is based on something I feel like pleases God.
Yes.
For me.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like I have had it. Like, it makes me happy when you walk in purity.
Yes.
And I'm like, I can do one thing to make God happy. And it's not self-righteous. It's not... I know what word I can use for it, but it's not legalistic. It's just a good thing. And so I really, really ask God to help me every day. I'm like, where? Because there are times comes up just right when you're just about to ovulate. And you know that day, it's like you glow.
Yeah, you even
So everyone is looking for you. Like the guys are, it's like animals. You know how dogs are sniffing each other? Like it's the same thing for humans. We're just animals.
Yeah.
Like if you find out when you mostly got pregnant, it was the day before you ovulated.
Yeah.
And that guy's sperm stayed for 4 days inside you and then it met the egg. Like that is how it happens.
Yeah.
Not a lie.
Yeah.
And also you yourself, you're feeling nice.
Warm.
Yes. You want to
Yeah.
be. Yeah. So I have learned how to literally just look at my calendar. Like I keep my calendar.
Yeah.
Like if more than 3 people in one day tell me I'm beautiful, I'm like,
it's that type of...
Yeah, and I look at it, it's like, hi, it is.
Yeah.
So I just, like, it's a lot of action. It's not just only prayer and fasting and knowing that watu wananiangalia sana, you know.
Yeah.
But it's actually real effort. And for me also just, when I meet with someone, you have to be aligned on that. By the way, I'm like, unatakaje.
Yeah.
It just has to be clear. I remember I dated this guy who, him was more like serious about heaven than me. So one day we kissed and he called his brother and he told him. And his brother was like, so you're Kerry Kagiri and you, like I'm so disappointed in you. You know, I've been listening to you on radio and then you can do that.
The brother told you that?
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Okay, there are things that are worse than other things. Like,
man.
Even if you hadn't planned to kiss, what his brother told you is worse than that you kissed. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, I had never been judged like that in my life. I was like, oh, this is how it feels like. This is judgment. Thank you. I was like, thanks very much.
And it's a brother telling you?
Yes,
That's
so he's
crazy.
like, I just need to confess to my brother this thing. And it's just, so we're in the car, we're seated, and we're like, yo, like, God has forgiven us. Like, by the way, we didn't even, like, do anything. Like, okay, kissing is something. But, like, we didn't even, like, do anything. So,
Yeah.
So I just really feel, convicted and, confess one sin to another. And then, just pray that you may receive forgiveness. Like, it's quoting scripture. And I'm like, if it'll make you feel better, like...
Yeah, it's no biggie.
I'm here.
Only to realize it's big. It's a big deal.
He called him, he put him on speaker. Yeah, so we're there. And it's like, I'm here with Kerry. We're calling you... Okay, stop laughing. You're the worst.
It's because I think I've been existing on the other end of the planet where there are no such guys.
No, they're there.
Okay.
And he was like... Yeah, so he called his bro and they were in the car. Okay, I'm sorry. I must probably watch this. But then his bro is like, hey, like, I held you to a higher standard than such a... First of all, I'm like, your bro initiated, but we're not going to have that whole conversation for who initiated what. I mean, look at the flow, that kubamba, like, I kubamba. Because it was like with so much guilt and so much nini. And I was just like,
We stop there.
Because I'm going to say, what kind of a kiss I used? So that was hard. Are you crying? Stop.
Oh, he's holy. He's holy. Keep it up. Keep it up. Don't let
He
us
got
dis-
married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's
Fantastic.
another thing that's been happening to my exes. They
Getting
get
married.
married right in front of me, like kulayo.
How do you feel?
Imagine I feel bad. I feel bad. Not that I'm like I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad like how did that happen? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Oh man.
Wase wamebari hivi tu toa. There's even one of my exes. Oh gosh. He's definitely watching this for sure. He made me lead worship at his wedding. And how he did that, his wife called me to do it. Everyone knows I was dating this guy. Like the whole family, they're like, hey.
How did you agree?
I just agreed. I was like, cool.
Are you an empath?
I am.
I could have
But-
never guessed.
But I think we were just cool. You know, sort for you're like, enye tusioane. Takazirikiana, sindio, tusioane.
Kama. Kulid worship kwa harusi.
I led worship.
Karibu
And you know,
simamie.
like when I
Yani
stood there,
kama kusimamia.
no, I carried the groomsmen.
Sikia sasa.
Yeah, I was a chauffeur for the groomsmen. Like I was all in for this wedding. So I'm standing there and he's there and his wife is there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful. And then I look at him like, you don't look too bad yourself.
I know.
I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah. Like if it's on tape, they can even play it.
Oh, you told them on mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so there was this BMW campaign that was happening. And so they're like, your favorite ex, you know, like X1, X2, X3. So he calls me up in the board meeting. It's like, yeah, let me call up my favorite ex. Like, so he's like, hi, when they were talking about this campaign and it's the ex you'll never forget or something.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, hi. You know,
I get him. You're a fantastic ex.
I'm like,
seriously.
thanks, boo. Thanks, boo. But I know how to be a professional ex. This is not what I'm asking for, Jesus.
I know.
Like,
No, you're doing a good.
Yeah.
I think what it means is that you're just cool peeps.
I try.
Yeah, if you're a good ex,
I
you're just
try.
cool peeps.
I try.
Who's your kind of guy? What are you? Unataka nini? And I think
I'm so scared of saying this because everyone who's watching this video will just mirror everything I say and they'll do the exact thing. Like
we have to trust God, Kagiri.
We trust God.
Because I get what you're saying.
Right.
But when you're out here ministering,
yeah,
then you just have to trust that God's got you. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, so you don't have to hide. This
Right.
is me pep talking myself.
Right.
Because I do feel I should hide. Someone's gonna mirror. But I also trust my brain that I will pick
See
it up
through the
if you're
mirroring,
mirroring.
yeah.
Did I tell you a story what happened
Tell
today?
me, please.
I told you that story. off
Yes,
camera.
yes. The person who wanted this,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, exposed himself what he really wanted.
Yeah, when he knew we couldn't date, he changed up
Lord.
what he wanted.
Switched up in your face.
Yeah, so I'm smart.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
And even God is so faithful. And mirroring can only last for maximum like 4 months.
Exactly.
Like wanabwekanga wanachoka, then you see the real colors.
Yeah.
And even for women. Yeah. So probably, okay, has to be in ministry.
Oh.
Hiyo ni lazima. I've tried the whole corporate gig person. It was really good. I mean, iPhone 14 data.
Oh.
Like everything, like this girl just like spoiling me completely. It was so nice. But no, I don't want that. I'm sure about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so someone who's in ministry. And one of my pastors, I was talking to my pastor, Akile, kuna tuonanga chills.
Wait, ministry, does it have to be part-time or full-time? It doesn't matter if it's full-time or part-time?
I think ministry is ministry.
Okay.
Because you shouldn't be a different person at your workplace, a different person in church.
I mean, what do you mean in ministry? Do
Like
you want
serving.
a pastor? Unataka pastor?
That's better.
Reverend.
That's fine.
Na kama ni men's
Don't try to look me
fellowship,
up.
head of men's
Head of men's fellowship. Okay. I was like, I was going to say, unaweza kuniambia kama ni mjaluo, you know. I thought that's where you were going.
No,
Anyway, he just has to be in ministry. You know that you can meet someone who's all in. Like ministry nowadays is not one track. So you know that. Like nowadays, you're not only in ministry because you're a pastor.
What I'm looking for is, okay, so it's not the profession of ministry that you're looking for.
No,
it's
a
the
all
energy,
in.
the vibe.
It's a all in for if God sends us to Timbuktu,
We are
we
going.
will pack up and go.
Right.
So it's that commitment and devotion to ministry.
All right.
Because there's nothing more important to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing is more important than actually getting people to know about God's saving grace, His mercy, just love. Like, there's nothing more important. So I'm completely obsessed with that. Like, I'm completely obsessed with being in church. Like, you know, doing this, doing that. Whatever needs to be done,
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. I also think someone who is honest. Because someone will come up and they're cool with my personality. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, usionge tukiingia, kaa chini nyamaza.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uncle, go tell your mother. Like, go tell your mother to shut up. Like, not me. Like, my dad even told me that. You know, like, what the hell? So like, just an honest person. It's such a rare quality.
It is.
Because everyone wants to be liked. And I feel like it's a bring your best foot forward. Kind of a thing. But that's not your best foot. You know.
That's not even your foot.
It's another person's foot. It's annoying.
Yeah.
You have to be clean. Like, just oga. Like, we don't have to talk about deodorant. And deodorant is not for after shower. It's for before shower or instead of shower. It's for after. Yeah. You know, like, do it. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, just, floss. Just try. Like, someone is clean. No, I can even start listening to them.
Why do you sound like you've bumped into some guys who are not clean?
I don't know. Like, it's just Nuka Jasho. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's wrong? Is it like maybe it's like a medical problem? Know.
There's a guy who used to smell at the office, and I told him, and he said, "Oh, thank you so much for telling me." He had no idea.
And there's a girl who used to smell in my church, and I bought her deo, and she never smelled again. But there's a guy who's trying to hit on me here outside the studio, and they were like trying to jazz amatatu. Yes. And so I'm not ovulating. It's just like regular stuff. I didn't even have eyebrows at that point.
Everyday thing. Yeah,
I didn't have eyebrows. Yeah. And so he walks up to me. It might have been the car, maybe, anyway. So he walks up to the side. He's like, "Hi, I said, can I be your driver?" So I say, "You make a lot of money here. I'm sure you make a lot of money, in this sector that you're in." And he was really well dressed. He was clean. He actually smelled nice. And then he's holding out his phone. I think he was just like on his phone. Then I say, and then I ask him, "Okay, it's fine, but do you know Jesus?" He's like, yeah. I'm like if Christ came today, parapanda ikilia, unaenda heaven. He's like, but can we get to talk more about that? No, he's holding out his phone. I give him my number. So I'm like, oh, snap. It's going too far. Like, why did I even converse it?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, gari zitoke ni signal, right? Like, ni toke kwa barabara. So I'm like, bye. Like, you're going to heaven. I say bye. Like, I was like, where? Like, he comes on imeenda.
That's where it goes. Always.
And I get into a lot of trouble with people who try to date because I'm very friendly.
Yeah.
So I'll hug someone and my mans will go like...
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, there's a time I was making a diversion from the road because there was a construction up ahead. So at the diversion there were some idlers there. Then someone told me, "Shokamoshie, come back home." So I told him, "But you lied to me.
I love it.
I can't take it anymore.
I love it.
I'm going. You have to look for me." Yeah.
I love it. That's so funny.
So at that moment I thought, my future guy has a sense of humor.
Yes, he has to laugh about that.
Yeah, he is not going to tell me, hey, close the window.
I remember in high school, this guy who I was seeing, but this guy hit on me for like a year. I had to say yes to him after the year. But this one time I'm saying hi to these guys from Boy Forces. I'll never forget. Outside the Dagoretti Boys High School hall, it was music festival. Music. It was like zonals. And then we're right outside, and then like I'm saying hi to like MFA guys. It wasn't like the full hug. It was just like niaje, like 4 guys. And I knew them all. He's like, "Well, kwani kifua yako iko exhibition? Mbona unaga majama?" I'm just like,
Allah.
And then that guy broke up with me badly.
The one bad ex.
No, we're still friends. They were really good friends. In fact, I got back to music 2 years ago because of him. Because it's like, "You always such a good voice. I can't believe you still haven't recorded." And he took me to studio.
Wow.
And there's one of the songs I haven't released that he wrote. And this one he guided me into writing. So he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had those instances where someone is like, "You're mine.
Tone it down.
Tone it down." Or just like, don't be yourself. Like, as we walk in there, like, forget about yourself.
Yeah.
Usicheke hivo. Like, like, it's like usicheke hivo, like tukiwa hapo, like,
yeah.
Like, it's not just telling you, like, just don't be yourself. I love you as you are, but my people will not like want you as you are. Like, he would say that in words.
Yeah, they always use other people. Yeah.
So that's hard. Sorry.
I was hosting someone and then John. So anyway, the guy I was dating at the time told me that you have too much chemistry with that guy. So I think that his wife might take issue with that. It can cause someone to have... I was like, come on.
What is too much chemistry? Like, what does that look like, please?
Actually, we look like we are flirting. We look like we are whatever. Anyway.
You're getting along.
Anyway, so for me, that's a red flag.
Yeah, immediately.
Because I feel like I put so much effort to contain myself, to be proper.
I was shook to my folks. Hey, so I had COVID, and so people are coming to see me from like the balcony.
Yeah.
So everybody's like they are gathering. So my friends, this guy I was dating came, and then now my friends came and they brought me like things I needed, like just like they bought all the ginger in Kenya, all the kitunguu. So like they bought everything. They're like, uspokuja hizi vitu 3 times a day, we don't know. Like it was a bag of like, I've never seen so much kitunguu, so even in a shop. Like I could have started a business. And so anyway, when they were leaving, I was like, love you, like bye. And my man's there is like, so he didn't tell me.
So,
he told my folks. No, it was like it was just a visit. So my folks come, and then he's like calls them aside. So they're like talking to him like, oh, these guys are getting along. I didn't know they were talking about me. So he told them, by the way, I'm uncomfortable. She just told her friends who just left that she loves them and they're both men and da. So my folks didn't tell me because they know I'm gonna flip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, nigga, like. So they kept it on the. So when we broke up, they're like, oh, by the way, you remember that day? I'm like, what? You guys didn't tell me. They're like, even as you are just as pissed as you were, like, what the hell is he coming to tell us? But imagine, because I told, like, this guy who I told I love you, honestly, I don't know why we've never dated. But then, anyway, so this guy, apparently, he told me now that he's relocated to the States, that he was hitting on me, because he used to come pick me up, take me for a movie. But we're just like hanging out.
You have to say it. No, you have to say
DTR.
It. Yes.
So we're just hanging out, and then how is it that you love me? Like, Like, I love you, bro. Like, I love you, homie.
Yeah.
I love you, my G. Love you. It's not like, I love you so much. It's not that.
Okay, let me ask for your ex. What's the difference? Because I'm trying to...
No, him is like a romantic love, but me, I genuinely love these guys. I've grown up in Sunday school with these guys. They've come to check on me when I'm dying.
Let's say you're dating someone and they tell a girl that I love you.
I need to know the context of their love you friendship. Like, if they go way back, they love each other and it's fine. Like, see, they love each other.
Okay.
They do. Like, even though they say it or they don't say it. What happened, Anna? So what's the issue? like, would it be better for me to internally love my friend? Like, it wasn't an, I love you so much, I can't wait. It was just like, love you, bro. Like, thanks, man. Like, it wasn't like a...
So, I think what helps you is that there were two. Had it been one, would you still have said it?
No, but it was mostly the one.
Oh. Okay.
This even friend of mine even helped him, like, even get a house. Like, this is my boy. He's not my man best friend. I don't keep men best friends, by the way. If you're looking for my best friend, you gotta be my husband. Full stop.
Me too. I don't get that. Yeah.
But there are men who love me and they take care of me and they care about me. Okay. And I love them. Because I do.
Okay.
I don't love them in a romantic way. We've never made out. We might never do anything. But it was just completely genuine. But also the fact that you went to snitch to my folks. Yeah. And my folks are my folks. First of all, let me talk. Can I talk to people who are like just like 32 and below? Mm-hmm. The person you're dating, this is people who you think they're your friends and you met through him. They're not your friends. They're his friends. His family is his family. The same thing as me. You can't come snitch to my family, not my husband. They'll just be like, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, even then they're just like, it's not there. Mm. So, Sasa, like, jijue tu, mapema. I remember some girls dating recently. Let me tell you, the people who were my best friends, the way they cut me off, like the day the relationship ended, was the last they ever had from them. But before that, it was, how are you, just checking in, mkwaje, you know.
As in his friends?
His friends his family, yeah.
Oh, they cut you off, like they moved on.
Immediately, siko baya.
Very fast, yeah.
Like he's the one who's our friend. Like you're the one who was wrong. Whether he did whatever he did.
Yeah.
We see the one anymore. Like we need to start moving on emotionally so that the next person who comes to now accept the same energy to be accept.
Yeah.
You know,
I get you. Yeah.
So like just don't don't work too hard.
What should
don't work too hard.
Let's talk about what he should have done. He was genuinely uncomfortable. How should he have managed that emotion?
Just like what's up with that?
He should have asked you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're adults.
Yeah, like what's up with that?
Yeah.
But I'm like, but I love him. Like I actually do.
Okay.
But I'm not like romantically.
I get you.
Yeah.
So you need a guy who's secure in himself, first of all.
But what does that even mean? Do you know, like, we'll never be secure in ourselves. Like me, I'm just hiding huko my magotis vile nilianguka nikiwa ni like there's something like I have a tumbo.
No, Kagiri.
Like when you know I have a pimple. Like it's just always so hard. Like I can't imagine what it is for guys. Especially you check in there in your fofo. You got, you know, you want to pay all the bills. Like by this time, but I overcame that. Please, I overcame it. You can pay all the bills you want, bro. It's fine. I will eat your money.
Can you pay a bill? Can you pay a bill? Can you pay for a date?
I can't, but so another date I went to. Guys, me a bit trying. You see, it's not me. Auntie, is it me? Auntie, me a bit. I smell at people.
Ooh, okay.
Auntie, don't say it in Nigerian.
Go to the date.
I go to this date. It's the most basic. It's Java. Like basic. This guy's been asking me out for this date for 6 months.
Yeah.
And we're at Java, and you know, it's just basic. I don't even
For
think
6 months?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was, first of all, I have to make sure he's not a psychopath. Like, what the hell?
Can you...
Like, I have to do background data.
Not from church?
He was a church guy. He was in ministry.
Why did you keep him for 6 months?
I was like, labda ni bwana ya mtu. Like, do you know how many bwana ya mtu slide into the DM?
So you ask him, are you married? Are you...
Do you think they'll tell you?
6 months, what are you doing? Like, I think by week 2, I know what I need to know.
No, this one, it was just moving at its pace. And it was like literally 6 months. I was like, okay, you know what? He's been persistent. He's serious. Let me meet him. But also, I felt like I was not so attracted to him physically when I saw him, his pictures. So I was still like, like second last resort.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
When I'm bored.
When I'm available.
Or when I'm available.
That's the word we use.
So, when I'm available, I will...
So, I got myself available, sat down with this guy. We ate, we talked. He was actually quite interesting, more than what I thought.
Okay.
But then, like, when the bill comes, it's like, do you have a GNU? I'm like, boss, you had 6 months to prepare for Java. Like, by then, I was pissed. And you know, the thing is, it's not about money.
It's not.
It's just like, what the hell? Did you call me here to spend my money? Like, probably even, maybe that time, maybe I was going through maybe a financial thing. Maybe I didn't have that money, but I didn't come out to pay.
Yeah.
So I was pretty turned off.
Yeah, I mean, I think a guy asking a woman for money is a turn off, even when the chick has money.
I think it's okay if we agree we are going somewhere. Don't invite me somewhere and make me pay.
Yeah.
If we agree we are going, like us, we go. Like, or me and Gideon or Josh, you know, we go. We are going. But when we get there, it's a surprise!
Yeah.
You're paying!
Yeah. I hear you. So for me, I do not believe in paying for the date at all.
You're such a lady.
I do not believe in paying for the date.
Please comment down below. What do you think we should do? Should we pay?
There are people who say we alternate, but I think if we progress, because this is for marriage or just friendship. You know, it's if I pay, we are just friends. Yeah. If this is not for just friends, you will pay for all the dates. Because dates is nothing compared to what we'll be doing after marriage. Right. Yeah, dates is nothing compared to school fees.
And apparently dating is the best part of the relationship. So you need to suck everything you can out of it.
Side, yeah.
Right. No, but it's also the most enjoyable.
Yes. In
between dropping kids in school and getting home at I don't know what time.
Yeah.
But people create time and they have really good marriages. Well done. But I'm talking about, so that was hard for me. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, why did I come out?
I feel like...
And I felt like it was very irresponsible of him as well. There's no issue with me paying.
Yeah.
But you've invited me.
So you don't mind paying?
I don't mind paying.
You can initiate and then pay.
Initiate.
Yeah. I think
I stopped initiating. My initiating days were my 28 uko.
Why did you stop initiating?
Why would I initiate?
Let's say
how you start something is how you keep it.
If you're already dating,
if you're already dating, sure.
And you want to meet him, or let me even say already courting.
Yeah. I'll make plans.
Yeah, you can
nice.
Make plans.
I'd love to.
Yeah, we can.
In fact, in my most recent relationship, it's fighting for who's paying. I love it.
Oh, that's so
war. It's like war. It's like
that's very good.
It's like no, it's like literally you like get there and you make the waiter your friend. It's like pili kikuja unipe. Like it's so fun.
Good. That's fantastic.
However, initiating for like relationship, I like you.
No. So let me ask.
Immediately.
Was it different for you in your 20s and your 30s when a guy is stalling? What would you do in your 20s versus what do you do now?
Okay, so I've never dated for more than a year. It's just a rule. And I learned this from Kwamboka. Hi, sis.
Yeah.
Like, guys know what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they pretty much start talking about it. Not that he will you marry me within the first 6 months, but you can see he's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So no one has stalled for me.
Oh.
Like if you try and stall, like just go stall in your house. Like you're not gonna stall with me there watching you stalling. If you're seeking God and praying, please go pray.
Yeah.
It's okay. But there's no.
Well,
we don't know where we are or what we are doing.
Let me ask for someone, because what usually happens is this situationship, this romantic space, there are feelings, there's chemistry, but the guy is not saying, like that guy who was telling you he used to katia you, and you're like, huh?
Honey, if he wanted to, he would. Full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't make an excuse for someone. Oh, he's going through this. Oh, no. If he wants to, he will. Just watch him, how he's dealing with his work.
Yeah.
Hey, watch how he deals with his family. Madhi amenipigia. Yani pali huko tu kwa hiyo stage karupaide umeachwa hapo. He has to run. That's the same energy. Like, keep the energy, bro. Yeah, don't Every facet of his life can tell you a lot about who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no, you know what you know. And if you have to ask questions or feel like he's stalling.
Some vagueness.
If you have to feel that way, it is what it, like, most people at the end of something like, oh man, I knew it. I just knew it. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew it.
Yeah.
You know what you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like trusting your instinct is a huge part of just adulting. And just knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something you said that I think we can end with.
Yeah. Already? I'm going to miss you.
That there's a relationship you had been in and you told him, you don't have to deal with me if you don't want to.
You don't have to.
So what a lot of empaths do, I don't know if empath is the word, like a lot of kind-hearted women will really try to fit into his taste, but I it's something I've seen women do. And I just found it such a liberating thing to say to someone, also to yourself, to hear it. You know what? They don't have to deal with me. See or must.
It's not a must, but even as I answer that, I want to say, if you were just nice to each other, if you were just kind-hearted, if you were genuinely pursuing the fruit of the Spirit of God that is inside us, the love, the joy, the peace, the patience, the kindness, the gentleness, like all these things just show us how we are and where we're at. Especially, and when you're not in a marriage, it's a good place for you to actually grow these fruits. And I feel like that's one reason maybe I'm single, because God is really trying to grow these fruits inside me. Really, and they say something funny about patience. If you don't have it, you will have to get it. And if you have it, you have to lose it. So it's like both ways. It's like you're never winning with this patience thing. Yeah. But it's okay if someone doesn't want to love you.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And you know what? It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Most of the time when you think about it in retrospect, they're going through so much. They actually need your prayers more than you need to be wanted and loved and accepted. I'm not saying I'm not willing to change, and I have so many rough edges, and God is working on me every day. And so is life, and so is learning, and so is therapy, and all these things.
Yeah.
And I don't think like I'll be perfect when I enter marriage, because I don't think I'm meant to stay single forever. But I know for sure if you don't want to love me, it's fine.
Where do you draw the line between being like solid and settled in yourself and who you are, and also compromising because you now have to make room for this new person?
I don't think there's a need to compromise. I feel like there's a need to collaborate and just work together, because the guys come through and it's like they want everything about you. You're just so amazing. I love you. And then like 1 week later, you snap at them instead of snapping at something else, and they're like, oh, that could come to me. In fact, married people say like things are magnified when you're starting now to relate with someone, so you start seeing all these things when they're turned on you.
Yes.
The high energy in the evening is something someone just needs quiet and peace, and you're here like you just started your day.
Yeah.
And someone's just like,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Or the bubbly personality, the loving, you're so loving. And yet I'm only supposed to love you. Like I was supposed to share that love with the world. Like, what do you mean? Ama, you're so kind. Like one of the girls dating, he's so generous. Like literally this guy will just give you money. Just money, splash money everywhere. But then me as his girlfriend, watching him splash money on other people who I can see are using him, I don't want kindness to prevail in that area. Like, I'm here now trying to manage the kindness. And so then you become controlling. You become, you know, like that good thing always somehow turns into a bad thing.
Yes.
And so I feel like there's just you guys choosing each other.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met someone who's willing to choose me. Or maybe I haven't. I ran away from it because I didn't understand it at that time. Yeah, just to be honest. But like you just choose this person and you are with this person and you love this person deeply and wholly and you work through things. So I was just giving that example, and actually it hits me in a different way because there are areas of your life that someone will love. You know, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
But they don't want other people to notice you and say you're beautiful. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mbona huyu anakuangalia hivyo, umefanya nini ndo aone? Unajionyesha sana sasa umeva. And the person met you like this.
Yes. And he liked it.
And he liked it. And so it's like now other people can't like it. So you have to change your dressing, you have to change your everything. So I just feel like if people were genuinely loving and genuinely honest and genuinely present, it would be easier because it's always the things that you like most about someone are the things that cause the biggest rift when you think about the relationship. And so I don't have an answer. Maybe like when I'm married 20 years, and I'm sure you'll have a show somewhere in the world. You call me in, and then I'll be able to answer it better. But right now, that's what I see, and it's quite sad.
You did give me an answer. You said that the person needs to choose you
completely.
First of all. Yeah. And then you said that you are not sure if you've met someone who has chosen you. And then the question that came to my mind was, because you've mentioned about ending relationships many times. So I think you're the one who has never found someone that you chose. So
I got into this funk recently. Are we ending? Okay. I'll start this on another episode. But I did get to a funk recently where I was like, marriage is not about me loving the man. It's about me submitting to him based on his love, like he's supposed to love me. I'm supposed to just submit to him. So if he loves me right, I'll be able to submit to him. I was like, wow, where's the form to sign for unhappiness forever? Where is that submission form? It's like, that's what I'm signing up for. Because of that compromise. So I think you're right. Maybe I haven't had that, that peace, that complete settling inside me for like, this is it.
Yeah, because the choosing is a must.
It is.
I feel like...
But who chooses? Like, I'm sure that's kitambo. Nimeona msichana wa nani namtaka, you just go and you marry. And people last for so many years. Like, people are who celebrating 60 years of marriage. Like, what? How?
I think us, you and me and people like us, God will just have to intervene.
Kabza.
And tell us, it's that one. You see that one? It's that one.
Yeah, because if he says that, then it makes it so easier.
Yeah.
But he's merciful enough not to do that.
He might.
Because he's given us choice. Imagine if he takes that away from us. It's like he's breaking his own covenant.
It won't be choice. It'll be guidance. He will know.
Guidance.
He will know that you trust him.
Hey.
Amen?
Guide me, oh thou great Jehovah.
He will know. Kerry now trusts me. So completely. I can tell her what is good for her.
Completely.
And then he'll tell you it's that one. Choose that one. Because I feel like even when you've gotten the algorithm correct, marriage still shows you something. Like, whoa.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But offside.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. This is Shared Moments with Justus. Please subscribe if you haven't. My name is Lily Githui on all platforms. Also follow, like, comment, everything. And
at Kerry Kagiri everywhere. Please engage with me. Slide into my DM. Judge me. Love me.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.